VCR, party life. VCR, party life. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they find. VCR, party life. VCR, party life. Melinda's.
Well,
hello,
Melinda's. VCR party time. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing? George is here. Steve's here. Nick's here. How you guys doing? You guys good?
Doing great.
Okay.
fine.
Yep. Steve's in Ireland.
I am.
George?
That's hence my Guinness.
Oh yeah, you
Look
drink
at
the
the
Guinness?
commitment. You're actually in where you are, Dublin?
No, I'm outside of Dublin now. I was in Dublin the other day, but I don't even know where I am. I'm Valley something.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You should be Frenching your wife right now, but instead you're here with us about to watch some stupid videos, VHS tapes that we find at thrift stores and garage sales, and sometimes even in dumpsters.
Look at that commitment.
I wouldn't miss it.
Wow. All right, Nick, we've been on tour this last week, and we were in the Midwest. People came up to us and they showed us all sorts of great videos and gave us all sorts of great videos, including this one in Minneapolis. I can't remember who gave this. Oh no, Chris LeBlanc. He gave these to us. Twin Cities Entertainment and Movie Guide from 1989. Look at that. That's going to be good.
Vintage.
Isn't that going to be good? Also gave us this one. I don't think we have this one. This at least this cover, because I don't remember seeing I Loved It, a totally terrific video by Carol Duvall.
You're
I don't
right.
remember seeing that quote.
I think that's either a different cover, maybe it's a different video. I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I just got one in the mail. I'm back in New York. Joe, you kept the tapes you got. This is Dancing with Your Dog, Getting Started, a step-by-step positive approach to teaching your dog movements that can be used in a dance routine. I watched this today, and it's good. So maybe we'll watch this next week on the show.
Are you going to be able to teach Marty anything?
I'm hoping.
Or does his penis, is it going to throw his balance off with his dancing?
We'll find out. And maybe it's covered in the video, actually.
Yeah. Penises that don't.
Yeah, it says it's a fun and rewarding new way of interacting with your dog. They'll love the attention. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not so sure Marty will, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of new videos to put in the VCR this week. But should we get to a Found Footage Festival classic?
Sure, let's do it.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Okay, so this one comes from our morning news shows. So we did these morning news shows. First one we did was like a decade ago. Then we did one 3 years later, and then we did one a few years ago. And we wrote up press releases saying that we were fake people, and we got on a bunch of morning news shows. Eventually, we got sued in federal court. The first one we ever did was Kenny Strasser, the yo-yo expert, and that was like 10 years ago. But then 3 years later, we did another one where we said that we wrote up a press release saying that Nick was a celebrity chef who had written a book on what to do with your Thanksgiving leftovers. And the idea was for him to make up these gross food concoctions and then to see if the anchors would actually eat them. And the book that Nick had written was called Leftovers Right, Making a Winner of Last Night's Dinner. And this is probably like 7 years ago now on the anniversary of this. We sent you out like after Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving time. And this
to
was
talk about what to do with your leftovers. So, we figured this would be a good time because Thanksgiving's on Thursday. Start emptying out your milk jugs now to try to make room for turbo gravy. That was the signature dish for Chef Keith.
Yeah, so I went to there's one on a Fox channel, and it's kind of a deep cut one. I don't think we've shown much from it. So I just put together some highlights from Chef Keith on I don't know, some Rockford channel.
Rockford,
7 years ago.
Oh, I remember driving down for this one at like 5 a.m. in a lot of snow.
Chef Keith is here to tell us more about that. Good morning.
Good morning. Ho, ho, ho. This is Christmas time. Tons of food. And like you said, boring leftovers. Who knows what to do with them? They sit there. And so I've come up with some interesting ways. I have a book called Leftovers Right. That's
Nick, I think that you have a faux hawk here. You can't. Doesn't really read.
I was trying to.
Your
Yeah.
hair is thin and wispy. Should we raffle off some of your wisps? Your head wisps?
No, each wisp is precious to me.
Okay.
I'm right there with you, Nick.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting ways. I have a book called Leftovers Right that's all about fun things you can do with your leftovers. And that's my philosophy in the kitchen. You got to have fun. It's, we don't, we're all going to die someday. Me, you, the
eat away.
viewers, yes.
I don't know if you can hear him there. He goes, "We're all gonna die someday. Me, you, the viewers."
I think it's good to remind people of mortality first thing in the morning.
It's the holidays.
Listen, he has another one at the end. Listen closely.
We don't, we're all going to die someday. Me, you, the
eat away.
viewers, yes, the family dog. It happens anytime. It could happen on Christmas Day. You don't know. So what are we going to do? There's a Judas Priest song called a Turbo Lover. Well, I call this Turbo Gravy. It's a spoof on that. And it's basically taking gravy to the next level.
Okay.
What you do, store-bought gravy has all these additives in it. You don't know what's going to be in it. So this is a good way. It's like a protein-packed way, too, to basically turn leftovers into gravy. Let's put some mashed potatoes in. Why don't you put a couple scoops of
How
this
gravy
in?
works, right?
And while you're doing that, this is kind of, where you get the meat in the gravy. You'd put it right here.
It looks really appetizing when a man is grabbing chicken with his hands and putting it in. Doesn't it just look really good?
Cold chicken in a little container, yeah.
But he has a faux hawk, so you're in good hands here.
A vegan grabs meat for comedy.
Oh, it was so
That's
gross.
the headline here.
It was so gross.
This is kind of, where you get the meat in the gravy. You'd put it right here. And also cubed ham, like Christmas time ham's a big one. And corn.
The way he flex,
Sprinkle.
the way he flex the.
It's a professional chef move right there.
She's using a spoon at least. Like you're grabbing the cubed ham and just like sprinkling it in.
Wow, it's
Ham,
all
like
going to be
Christmas
part of the
time
gravy.
ham's a big one. And corn. And then, of course, I know, gravy to gravy. It's
Sorry, the two flecks of corn just really makes me laugh for some reason. Just like watch the
Just a little saison of corn.
just you want 8 to 9 niblets.
And here, I think I acknowledge the ridiculousness of adding gravy to make gravy. It's it's this next part.
and corn, and then of course I know gravy to gravy. It's there's a what was the Tool Time show where he would say more power. Tim the actor's name, Tim Taylor I think it was, would say more power or more gravy is my philosophy.
Yeah.
So pour that all in.
It was well spoken. That was
Yep, that's the actor's name, Tim Taylor.
Yep.
it was well said too. It was more.
All she could do is laugh out of nervousness. That's all this poor lady could
Gravy
do.
is my philosophy.
Yeah.
So pour that all in, and then to kind of give it a base, you just pour some milk in, and this is kind of like, and you can add cornstarch, you can add basically anything, like any meal you have, you can turn into
Cool. You can add basically anything. Right.
this leftover turbo gravy. So I take a gravy funnel and just hold this. And
He called it a gravy funnel. I take a gravy funnel.
Well, because in another episode we showed how to make gravy funnels. I think that was so.
No. In this one, well, hold on.
Oh, is it this one? Oh, okay.
Well, we talk about how to. Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay.
So I take a gravy funnel and just hold this, and here's what you would do. We'll pretend this is blended. So
Okay.
You want
It's
to
all
hold
blended
on
up.
to the hold on to the gravy funnel here, and this is what we would do. Just hold on to that.
They
and
didn't
like,
have
this is gonna-
power, so I couldn't actually blend it.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like how gross that would have looked if you would have been able to blend it? God.
Yeah, I was only able to blend it on one station. The rest didn't have power set up to the stage.
funnel here, and this is what we would do. Just hold.
But like, look at the masking tape and the Sharpies out there too for some reason. Oh, that's because you have to
To label
label
your
right,
turbo
that's the
gravy
label.
when it's
right.
done.
Hold
Blend it
on to the hold on to the gravy funnel here, and this is what we would do. Just hold on to that, and like this is
Gravy
going to be all
funnel.
chunky, but you pour this in, and that's like today's batch of turbo gravy, right?
Okay.
The
Mouth is
gravy-
watering.
All right, here's the part that you were referencing. Nick.
Sorry.
The gravy
We're good.
funnel does
don't step on any lines here.
Right.
Observe silence.
gravy, right?
Okay.
The gravy funnel does tend to get clogged. So what I've done, you just cut a dish rag in half. This is like a tip that, can you put it up like a bullet point? I'm throwing a lot of tips out there. If you can add a bullet point on the screen, you basically just push this through, and you kind of go back and forth like that. If it gets stuck, you can you just use a common household toothbrush to kind of detail and get the
yeah. Easy
gravy
way to do
funnel
that.
clean. You're ready for tomorrow night's meal. So
So you just detailed how to clean out the gravy funnel.
A handy tip. Couldn't be easier.
There's some weird part where you're just like, could you put up the bullet points for? Because I threw out a lot of tips on here Could you throw out the bullet points?
The idea was that I didn't know how live television worked, and that you could just put up a bullet point that says, "Here's how to clean your gravy."
Of everything
funnel,
I'm
right?
about to say, like put that up in words. Yeah.
Then what we do. So then what we do is, like, let's say you have mashed potatoes as your food. Well, all you do is just pour a little bit of this out, and this sprices up your leftovers with other leftovers. So you can see.
Sprices. Definitely going to have that when we have Dan the Flub Master Opsilon. Sprices.
Sprices, yes.
Pour a little bit of this out, and this sprices up your leftovers with other leftovers.
That wasn't
so
an intentional flub, by the way. I just accidentally said sprices there.
Leftovers. So you can see the turbo gravy just makes the mashed potatoes
The
good.
gravy looks good.
You want to take a bite? No,
That's what I say.
Yeah, just try. You can take a bite of it, see what the turbo gravy does to the bland old.
She doesn't look like she wants. Like, look at her face right there. Look at her face here. It's like, it's like 5:30. What time is it? It's like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and she wants to eat gravy and cold mashed potatoes and gravy.
Bland old mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Touched by a chef.
While you're doing that, I wanted to mention that I have a gift for you.
See, I think that she saw that you were looking away, so she just like really quickly just like put a tiny, like she touched it to her lips.
Oh yeah, it looks like most of it comes back out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I should have looked away. I should have just looked, stared, like sad, waited, and said, "What do you think?"
Big old bite. Take a big bite.
If I had to do it over again, God darn it! And I wouldn't have said Sprices either.
No, Sprices is perfect.
And it tastes really good. And the green beans added a nice kick, surprisingly.
Exactly, yeah, and that's, who knows.
Did you say? Okay. Okay. I won't step on it. Sorry. Here we go.
And it tastes really good. And the green beans added a nice kick, surprisingly.
Exactly, yeah, and that's, who knows what was in those meals. But this is a gift for you, for the news team.
Who knows what was on those meals?
Because that was probably from like 3 months ago. Who knows what the meals were back then?
Who knows what was in there?
She tasted green bean.
Yeah.
You
gave her this nice gift.
For you, for the news team. Keep that in the break room.
All right. You have to get his book. It's called Leftovers Right, Making a Winner of Last Night's Dinner. Running out of time, but this is easy thing to do, and it's keeping you from just wasting all of that food. So thank you so much, Chef Keith, for joining us
Thank you.
morning.
Merry Christmas.
All right. It is 7:18. Coming up, we'll have a look at some national stories. We'll be right back.
Oh, nailed it. Totally nailed it. Yeah. It's very
except
good.
for Sprices, but yeah.
No, I think Sprice. I think the episode's gonna have the word Sprite. Today's episode's gonna have the word Sprice in it somewhere.
Spice it up. Yeah.
And maybe gravy funnel will be in there too. Spice up your gravy funnel. There's the title. I'm writing it down.
Spice
right
up
now.
your life.
Yeah, spice up your life. Yeah. All right.
Steve, I noticed that you have a colorful background. This looks familiar to me. What do we have here?
So Melinda, and once again, I've only met him over email. So John Cafiero, he has a record label, Demented Punk, and they have 2 new releases coming out. The first is a brand new full-length album by Barnes & Barnes called Pancake Dream. You might know Barnes & Barnes. They did the Fish Head song.
Yes. Yeah.
And he sent me those. So I actually have one of the CDs here. And it comes with a DVD with a music video here. So I'm excited to pop that in.
It's so awesome. Yeah, definitely go to dementedpunk.com for that. And then also on 11/26, which is Record Store Day / Black Friday, Demented Punk will release a special limited edition Weird Al Yankovic, which I know, Nick, obviously you're a huge fan of, and Osaka Pop Star split 12-inch vinyl that's an homage to the Ramones. It features 7 tracks, 5 of which are live recordings, and I'm just going to say it's fantastic. So definitely check it out, dementedpunk.com, and support the Melindas that support us.
Yes, for sure. And we have that, Nick, you have the Weird Al shirt. That's a Garbage Pail Kid. I mean, like it ticks a lot of boxes for you, right? Garbage Pail Kids, Weird Al, and like a cool shirt. And that's all on the website too. So yeah, check that out. It's good quality stuff.
Oh yeah, this is a really good one, and in a repeat sellout, Steve. So thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, dementedpunk.com, and please, Melinda's, support them. It's very cool.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor, like all this stuff goes to well, it helps Sprice up the show, but it also helps us keep doing our shows because it's a little bit of money.
Supports all the dumb things that we're doing, and I love it. You know?
Steve at foundfootagefest.com. Yeah.
What about flying windows? You want to do those?
I have a version of that. Yeah.
Okay.
don't know if this counts, but Bat Prince from Australia, he sent something that's been blowing up our Discord. We've got a Discord if you're a Patreon member, patreon.com/found footage festival. You can chat, and he dropped this one, and there's a lot of heavy debate over whether these are flying windows.
Oh,
You tell me. This full video is 7 minutes long. I'm just going to fast forward when we get sick of it, but I wanted you to see the length and breadth of the amount of flying objects in this video. It's called Professional Plumbers Use Approved Tapware and Fittings.
that's gonna be the episode title.
There are two significant groups whose charter is to ensure the timely and
Do you
safe
see? I mean,
delivery
these
of
are
water to the
clearly flying
consumer.
bubbles.
Yeah, these are definitely not windows.
First, it's
No,
the water
but this might be a new
authorities,
category. Maybe
whose
this
responsibility
week in
is
flying
to supply
bubbles.
water that
No.
meets
They're not
Arctic
flying.
Bubbles, the
guidelines
windows
in
into the
line
sea.
with World Health Standards,
Yes,
followed
Steve,
by
you're
the
right.
plumber, who has sole
That's what
responsibility
everyone
for the
always says.
integrity of the
Bubbles
water
are the
supply
windows into the
within the
sea.
consumer's property. As a plumber, you help.
I think that's what it
protect one
is.
of
I
our
think
most
these are
vital
flying windows
resources.
because Steve's right. Bubbles are
Yeah.
the windows into
The lifeblood
That's
of
another
every
potential
community.
title.
I got my work cut out for me
Australians
with
may
this one.
consider they have the
Would they
best
turn into a
quality
flying
water in the
window when they
world,
reach the surface?
but we can no longer
I
afford
think
to
so,
take
but-
that for granted.
We'll have
Oh,
to ask
yeah,
Pat
yeah.
Prince.
Problems
Yeah.
can occur at any stage.
Well, I don't know how
of
science works.
It looks like there's a dog drinking,
Can
and then there's a.
And
So
also,
there's-
I
yeah.
feel like these are floating upwards, though. I don't know if these are necessarily flying. I
Oh,
feel
they have
like-
maybe
Right.
this week in
can
floating
influence the
bubbles.
quality of that water.
I like that faucet
depending
that's
on the
floating up.
processes used
Yeah.
in the manufacture.
Oh, that's
of
defying
each
laws of
product
physics right
and
there.
or their material composition. Within a property,
And I just kept
Wow.
thinking they'd be done, and then look at. I mean, we're
Just-
like,
physical,
how long are we
chemical,
into
or
it? Okay, we're a
aesthetic
minute
quality.
36.
It
And
just
it's
keeps
still-
going.
Yeah, look at.
It's this week in ascending bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And
I think it's easier just to call it flying
have-
windows because Steve's right. Bubbles are the windows.
the plumbing
Poetry.
Okay. Now
but
we're 3 minutes in.
Or-
ship of
We're 3 minutes in.
Ultra for
But this is the only thing that interrupts it. Is this graph right here?
Okay, well, it looks like a great graph, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
need to
is.
spend some time on that.
You
This week in
protect your
aquatic graphs.
license,
Yeah.
and you've taken the first step towards achieving a professional result every time.
Oh, wait,
The rest
but they just
is
stopped right
up to
there.
you.
Yeah. They this right.
In this
So I
industry,
thought it was going to be done
quality
there.
control
Nope.
is
Still
No.
floating.
Wow,
Okay. Check for identifying marks. I mean,
these are incredible.
Then these all explode. Imagine the work that went into this.
When you turn to
We have enough
this,
time making our own flying windows. And now look at this. This is insane.
Okay,
How many?
of a
Look
professional
at there's one
result.
bubble in the
It can boost your
foreground.
status.
but now they're
and
not
your
exploding
business.
anymore.
Right.
So turn on to OzTap, comply with the standards, and start tapping into some real turnover.
There it is.
Oh wow, that was great.
I mean, that is 5 minutes of straight ascending bubbles there. It's hypnotic.
That was a great one. You know, I keep thinking like flying windows are just going to get stale after a while, but then there's new ones like that keep popping up.
Amazing.
keep-
Thanks
they
to
keep getting
Bad
fun.
Prince for that.
Hey, so we have a special guest on the show today. We Greg DeLiso, one of our former editors, is going to be on, and so I was going to have we'll play that later, but we're going to do that in lieu of raviolis. But I had this ravioli ready to go, and I talked about it last week. I figured I think it'd be fun to start the show off with George's deathbed vision. Now, George's deathbed visions; these are visions that George will likely see while he's on his deathbed, about to die, in the last maybe like microsecond of his life. These are all the images that he's going to see. And so every time I see an image, or Melinda sees an image, I include it into this segment called George's Deathbed Visions.
George's Deathbed Visions.
Okay, so this week's George's Deathbed Vision comes from the video that I showed last week, industrial video sample tape. Can you see that there? I'm getting a bad.
Kind
There
of the
we go.
lights. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there we go. This had a like maybe a dozen different industrial videos on it, and I showed most of them, but I kept this one in my back pocket because it seemed like a George's deathbed vision. So it's for a device that processes corn. Here we go.
Allen Machinery is the best single source for complete integrated corn orientation and cutting systems for the food processing industry.
So I'm going to show you a little bit of the video first, then it will segue into George's deathbed vision. Okay.
Let's take a close look at the Allen Corn Orienter. Cobs are singulated and fed at an even rate to the Orienter scanner. FMC corn cutters are designed to cut ears going tip first. It can actually distinguish between an ear with a long stalk, one with no stalk, and a small ear. Now let's follow the flow of product as it moves out of the cutter.
Wow.
Not done.
Like popsicles.
George's deathbed visions.
Does that seem like something you would see on your deathbed, George?
I hope so. I'm really, you're really making the end of life seem welcoming, really.
I'm trying to give you something to look forward to here.
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
One of my favorite parts about it is that you don't guarantee this is what he's going to see, but it's what he will most likely see at his deathbed.
I think it's pretty accurate. I think it's fairly accurate. So, yeah.
So no
if it-
complaints from me.
90% sure.
Yeah, as I'm dying, I can't like complain to Joe if this isn't what I'm seeing. This
Right.
isn't.
We'll
you
never
know.
know. I think we can just assume this is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
we're all gonna die someday. You, me, and the viewers.
Yep. The family dog. It could be on
Good thing
Christmas.
Good
Could
thing
be
to
on
keep in
Christmas
mind.
Day.
Yeah. We've had requests for this, and I think it's a good idea for an EP mode, maybe in December. We watch maybe 2 of those industrial films from the sampler each week for December.
What? I wasn't paying attention. It sounded like you stopped talking. I was writing something down. I was writing. I'll be honest. I was writing down bubbles, windows into the sea, because I didn't want to forget.
Okay, I get it. No, that's fine. Fair enough.
What were you saying
weren't
next?
something important.
You weren't listening for a good reason. I was saying that for the EP mode, we were talking about watching 2 of those full-length
Yeah.
industrial videos from the sampler in December, maybe each week, kind of make it the industrial sampler month. As our
Yes.
Christmas, almost like an advent calendar,
Oh,
like
for sure.
each week.
Well, yeah,
we
and
open
also,
like the corn processing video, for example.
oh, there's so many good ones in here. There's that one ice cream machine in here too, or yeah.
I think we
and they're all-
start with that one. Yeah.
and they're all like 5 to 6 minutes long. It's just like perfect running time. You don't get bored of them, and then they're out of there, and they're so specific. And so like this is so far SLP. What we're gonna talk to Greg about is we want to start uploading some of these that like I think we could just have a whole segment. You know how Netflix has like horror or like suspense or like comedy? We'll have industrial video samples.
That's good.
Like
Yeah.
that's what we'll have on SLP, and Greg's going to upload new ones every week. So maybe we'll put this up on SLP eventually. But then
Yeah.
yes, for EP, then we'll do a viewing soon too for that. So
Right. So yeah, they'll be on streaming and on our Patreon if you're interested.
Yep.
And we'll talk more about the SLP Club later. All right, I have a quick celebrity bullshit. We want to do that?
for sure.
It's okay. Here it is.
Celebrity bullshit. Celebrity bullshit.
For this week's Celebrity Bullshit, this is where we show off a video cover and we try to guess which celebrities are in it. This is hosted by 2 people. It's called So You Want to Be an Actor. So You Want to Be an Actor. It's a guide to the process of acting. And their pictures are right here in Times Square. It's hosted by a duo. And they're a duo of actors who are famous. And they're married. Any guesses?
Donnie and Marie Osmond.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good
Wait,
guess.
are they brother and sister though? I thought Donnie and Marie
Yeah,
were brother
but they're
sister.
they're married too, aren't they?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go with is Harry Hamlin. Did he marry Lisa Rinna? Who married Lisa Rinna?
Yep.
I'll go with those 2.
Okay.
Oh, see, okay, so I'm gonna go Tim Taylor and Mrs. Taylor.
Okay, good guesses. All right. So you want to be, and it's also kind of casual. So you want to be an actor. They start in the so.
Oh, that's fun.
Here we go.
Welcome to New York City. If you're a performing artist, the opportunities are here. From Broadway to showcases, TV to cabaret, New York has it all. Plus the color, excitement, and energy of this great city. Where you don't even need a stage to perform. What you do need is to understand the business of performing and how to market yourself. So join our hosts, Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira, and guest stars Christopher Walken, Roscoe Lee Brown, Uda Hagen, and Michael Storm.
And Lisa Gibbons.
As they explore training, agents, auditioning, casting, commercials, pictures, survival jobs, and much, much more.
Sometimes the newspaper can be your best friend when you're looking for an apartment. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
Oh, this holds up.
The Village Voice comes out on Wednesday nights, and the New York Sunday Times comes out late Saturday night.
There are a lot of people out there looking for apartments. Renting agents and roommate services often charge a fee. Make sure you know what these are up front.
That's right.
So they start off not by talking about acting technique or how to, hit the boards. It's how to find an apartment in New York. From Ben Stiller's parents there. So
it's weird when he's not George's parents, or George's dad on Seinfeld. He's not screaming. It's weird when he's talking to you seriously.
Yeah, but this does feature quite a few people. I watched most of this today. I watched it once before to try to maybe do a montage or something. It's actually pretty good. So I don't know if there's much in here for our purposes.
It seems like it really holds up. Yeah, just go out and get the Village Voice and find your apartment there. And that's how it works now.
Yeah, I think that's how you do it.
Exactly the same way.
I want to know more about survival jobs.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'll scrub through it, see what else is on here today.
Okay.
All right. Should we get into our interview with Greg?
Yeah. So Greg was a former editor for. He still edits for us, but we've known him since like 2006 or so, and so we've been doing this SLP thing for a while. But we just like upload our videos there, and we don't really do anything. I mean, we haven't uploaded stuff continually. Well, like Greg came along and he said, let's do something more regularly. So he wants to keep uploading videos, and he's an editor, so he's going to bring in a bunch of stuff. So I'm excited about it because it's going to be a living, breathing thing now. Every single week there's going to be new stuff. It's like what do you call it? Netflix for weirdos?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I think the most common question we get about, because we have different ways you can support us. We've got the Patreon, where you get our bonus weekly episode, which is the EP mode, or you can go to the Found Footage Festival store, for Black Friday and order physical merchandise or digital downloads, which is a download that you keep and it's on your computer on your hard drive. But we also have this SLP Club, which is the only way to stream our stuff. So you can stream it wherever you want to on your computer, your phone, or anything. So you have access wherever you go and streaming all the time. And yeah, like you said, Joe, we've mostly just had our DVDs on there and a few other highlights from friends. And that we thought was worth the price. But, people want something new. So Greg is going to spearhead that for us. We thought we'd have him on to go through some highlights from the stuff he's edited for us throughout the years.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah.
Hello.
Greg, we're excited to have you on because this is kind of full circle. When we lost you.
I'm here.
Okay.
Greg, you don't normally look this like skinny and squished to me.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at work here hanging out, and my friend that I work with was generous to let me use his computer and his giant microphone.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm squished. But
have you thought about getting mad at your friend for being squished?
No.
Just think about it. Just think about it.
I'm mad at him.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think it was like 2005 or so. No, when was it when we first met you?
Oh, definitely 2006, 2007. You guys were only up to volume 2 of the show.
We had just started at that point. 2004 was our first year. We met you right 2006. Yeah.
It was crazy because when we met you guys, you would go to a show at Anthology in New York and it would be packed. There'd be like 400 people in a big line around the block. So it didn't feel new to us. Like it felt like, oh, this is like a big, amazing, cool thing. But now looking back in retrospect, yeah, you guys had just started. And I was a baby. I was like 22, 21.
Yeah. And you and Mark came up to us and talked to us after the show. We talked to a lot of people after the shows.
Yeah.
But we actually hit it off. We all became pals. And then you and Mark, you'd edit with us. And I think we merged VHS collections because you and Mark did something similar.
Yeah, we had a website called videohomesystem.com. And we had already posted, I don't know, a dozen or so clips to that. And same kind of stuff as you guys, just like, you take a tape and cut it down to the funniest, bits and everything. We shared that with you guys. And then I always remember we went to, your place there, Nick, to watch videos. And Mark and I were so impressed with your guys' stamina because we watched like 3 hours of a copy machine repair tape. And Mark and I thought, yeah, we can do we do this kind of stuff all the time. We'll watch a bad video for an hour, but you guys just were at 2.5 hours, still making jokes and loving it and stuff. And we're like, dude, damn, these guys
welcome to the big leagues, young bucks.
Yeah, exactly. We got drafted that day. Yeah. So that was good.
You.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what that copy machine video was. We should have watched that with you today.
I know. Yeah. Just watch the whole 3 hour. Yeah. Yeah. It was like a multiple tape set and everything. It was a big, long thing.
Very quickly after that, I believe we enlisted you and Mark to help cut clips for not only the next Found Footage Festival show, but also our website. And one of the ones was a DVD set from called More Proof that was a company called Cold Steel. And I think your edit, Greg, really highlighted the adorable man at the center of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. And the key, so this is More Proof. So this is a sequel to Proof. And it's proof, I guess, that the knives are sharp, I guess. I'm not exactly, but it's it's a knife and weapon sword kind of company. And so this is the sequel. So this is more proof that these knives are really,
I think you should have called it More Than Enough Proof.
Yeah.
Because it's really long DVDs, too.
Yeah,
it's really long.
Here's your edit, Greg.
Okay.
Shooting a blowgun is a lot of fun.
Ominous.
Yeah. This is the knife I carry on a daily basis. It's one of my favorite folding knives of all time. This is my favorite saber of all. Of all the sabers ever made.
We always say this is my favoriteest saber of all. My favoriteest.
And then one of us plays his mom. This is like things we say to ourselves during the live show.
Gotcha.
Like he calls it his favorite. He doesn't know how to say it well. So just humor him here. Because it does feel like a little kid showing off his favorite sword.
This is my favorite saber.
Yeah.
This is the one I like the most. Let me demonstrate.
Take
a hose. Piece of wicker, it looks like. Screw you, house.
More of a tender one.
Yeah, I kind of like that gentle one here. Just kind of like, eh.
Also, I like that he tucked in his shirt. He wore a nice golf shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Phone book.
He's like a Patton Oswalt character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna stab it through this car door. But before you try this
is
at
my
home,
favoriteest car door.
Knife, think about your fingers.
Favoriteest.
Can you grow new fingers? As I said before, you can have a lot of fun with your blowgun. In inclement weather, you can shoot it inside. You can shoot it in the basement. You can shoot it in the den or the rumpus room.
Greg, hit pause. I feel like you included that because you used the word rumpus room. Am I right?
Oh, yeah,
Is that the reason you included that? Okay.
100%.
And inclement weather, like two words that nobody has said in 30 years. Nobody has a rumpus room.
Except for a weatherman or
yeah. Inclement weather sounds like he's like a substitute teacher or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. School's canceled due to inclement weather.
Yeah.
Inside, you can shoot it in the basement. You can shoot in the den or the rumpus room. What I have here is a denim sleeve filled with meat.
It's a Matthew Barney exhibit here.
No one loves firearms more than me.
Okay, now I think you had a joke for this, right, Greg?
Well,
That
just
we
because
tried once.
he's wearing Larry David's shirt that I thought was like everyone knows there's a whole episode literally about that exact shirt. And so, I said to you, like, call that out at the show. And every time you would do it just for me, and then you would like turn when no one laughed, you would like turn and look at me in the audience and be like,
we need to teach you a lesson.
What was the exact line? That you
I honestly think it was just like, oh, he's got Larry David's shirt or something. I didn't remember what the line was.
I think it's when he's packing it away.
Yeah.
He's like, it has room for all your Larry David shirts.
Right. Something like that. Although I always remember thinking, because there was one joke in that same show, Nick, or one of them where you referenced Captain Beefheart. And I was like, I would think Larry David was much more well known than Captain Beefheart.
You never know. You just got to try him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just if there's the right pause for you to make a joke.
Sure,
sometimes it's all about the timing. So
it has to be short and sweet. But in somebody who appreciates a Captain Beefheart joke, I feel will laugh harder than somebody who appreciates a Larry David joke.
That's true.
Just because it's so like esoteric and kind of a
people are getting to see how the sausage is made here. This is
But traveling with your firearms is sometimes a big hassle, especially when you fly. There you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapons
with room
easily
left over
fit
for
in a
your
normal
Larry
size
David
suitcase.
shirt.
Exactly.
If you like to smash and break things as much as I do, you're going to love stun darts through this 625 Magnum. I've got some candy wafers out here on my target board, and I'm going to show you.
I
what
like
you
the
can
dainty
do.
things.
It's a lot of fun.
Like when it's the plastic bowling pins.
Oh yeah,
and,
we'll see those in a sec.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
cool.
you could sneak up behind somebody and assassinate him in a military context, but as a fighting knife, they're pretty much worthless.
Such a nerd. He's the comic book nerd from The Simpsons right there.
Yes,
sure,
knives.
you can do this.
He hates these tires.
If the 625 Magnum had been around eons ago, the dinosaurs would have gone extinct a lot sooner.
Is that a flub for?
I think it might have been.
It's a flub, and it's also just like so bizarrely historically inaccurate. like humans and dinosaurs were like 60 million years apart from each other, so it like makes no sense at all. Like he thinks it's just
He thinks the world is like the Flintstones.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Listen to how he says extinct.
Yeah.
If the 625 Magnum had been around eons ago, the dinosaurs would have gone extinct a lot sooner.
It's a bit of a flub.
A little bit. Yeah.
He held on to the flub and it was
he got it out clunky. He started that whole line. The eons ago thing was he was struggling. You could see his eyes were kind of like working to.
I would have said, could we do a second take on that?
Yeah. But yeah.
Excellent edit. So Greg, but that was your first edit, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, this kid knows what he's doing here. And you were like in your
that was
early
one of
20s, weren't you? You were I don't even think
that was that. I was like 22 or something, and that was always the most fun thing was when if we would, when Mark or I, if we would do a cut of for the show, and it was just the first edit was like already there. Yeah. Sometimes you cut it to like 4 minutes, and then we would workshop it and make it shorter and stuff like that. But I was very proud of that one. That was a good one, and it went over so well, and
it killed. It absolutely killed.
Yeah.
And I think you showed us a movie that we didn't really do movies, but you showed us the cover to a movie that we thought was, I think we included in our VHS cover slideshow that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
Tell us about Fart the movie.
So, tape collector like you guys. So when I was 14, I would go to thrift stores all around the Detroit suburbs, and I found this tape that was Fart the movie. And as you can see on the cover there, FART is made into an acronym, but there's no reason for that. I don't know why they
never say what it stood for.
No, it doesn't stand for anything. And so first of all, I popped the movie in. I'm like 14 years old. I'm getting into filmmaking and stuff. This is a shot on VHS film, I guess, that was made here in LA. Tons of writers on it, and it's literally just like the most lo-fi garbage, like terrible thing that ever.
Is it Sean Penn? That's got to be Sean Penn, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And
doing a Robert De Niro impression, basically.
Yes. He does look like he's doing an impression. What I came to find out much later is that this tape is only about a 40 minute version of what is actually a feature film. And actually Kesha is in it as a little kid. And I've yet to see this full version. I can't imagine it being any longer because even this thing is really boring. It's like not interesting. It's just
sketch
like,
comedy stuff, right?
We had a guy.
Yeah,
we had a guy on recently, Theo. He's our resident video artist, or he collects video art. And he put together an edit of just the farts from Fart the movie.
Oh,
we showed that a couple months ago.
Love it.
But I'll send you that edit.
Love it. Well, you got to get George to do his little detective digging on it too, because there's got to be the full version, the Kesha version somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put George on that.
Nick, flip it over to the other side. Is there another?
Yeah,
I remember the copy is really good on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And well, also, this movie they said never could be made. What they said was that it should never be made. I think that was the key there. Yeah, let me pull that up. The back cover. Here we go. Yeah. So the back. Somebody has to write the copy on the back of VHS. So somebody had to write this. This is the story of Russell. Russell loves to fart. He also loves Heather. Heather hates farting. The eternal triangle, 90s style. What does that mean?
I don't know. I think in the 90s, everybody was so obsessed with the turn of the century and the millennium. So they thought like the 90s are so hip and cool that it takes on some kind of like meaning. That's my sort of guess at it. Or, that's, I don't know. That's
I know, but look, it was made in 1991. 90s style was like barely even a thing in 1991.
Oh yeah, they're probably like, this is a brand new style.
This is going to be the dawning of the new generation.
Okay.
I always thought, it says fart-oriented music. I always thought fart-oriented was hyphenated, but I assume they did there. And gas-related. Who knows? A lot of.
It's definite fart art. Definite fart art.
30 minutes. Burbank.
Well, that's the thing. So 30 minutes. There's this longer thing, and like I said, even in this 30 minutes, it's really boring, and it is just mostly a bunch of kind of sketches too. Like there's a fake game show. There's a fake like preacher talking about farting.
There's a game show. Who cut the cheese? I think
Nick,
it's called.
We could do this as an EP mode. 30 minutes long. That's pretty digestible. No pun intended. Greg, you want to join us for that?
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Fart in a while. I'm excited to watch it.
I have to play this one because this is my most favoritist recent edit of yours.
Okay.
Cyberwars. You gave this one to us a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it's such a Greg edit too. I say that because I know exactly why you included certain things in there. You like certain words. You like the way that things are pronounced. You like. You definitely have a style to your.
I like when there's repetition in some way. When you can show a bunch of things back to back that are the same. Yeah,
exactly. So this is Cyberwars, and why don't you just set this up? Because I don't know exactly where you got this.
So my best friend Rob in high school, we were both like the filmmaking kids, and we always made films together, and he was always filming and stuff, and he went on to do video production back in Michigan, where we're from. So he was hired by this guy, and you'll see in the first part of the clips, the way it works in Cyberwars is that it's a pitch for a reality show that doesn't exist yet, about these guys that do like computer hacking and will safeguard your computer against hackers and stuff like that. And the idea for the reality show was like, we're going to get this main guy that's like the main hacker, anti-hacker guy, security guy, and he's going to sit around a round table of his like young hacker people, and they're going to solve hacker problems for whatever local businesses or people or whatever. So these people did their own version first. They created a version of this reality show, and maybe
in Los Angeles? Is this Los Angeles?
No, this is all in Detroit. This is all like suburban Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah. So they did their version of the show. Maybe they realized it wasn't good. I don't even really know. But then Rob comes into the picture, and he's kind of like, well, I can do you much better than this. Like we can make it we can make it like a real ID channel like show.
Right.
So if you see the first half of the clip is their original idea for what the show is going to be. The second half of the clip is when Rob gets involved and redoes their idea, but it literally looks like a crazy ID channel show, but done through Rob's total oddness and
Right.
strangeness and stuff.
It's so good.
So,
All right. So
yeah.
are you telling me there's a full version of this? This is the
Yeah,
trailer.
there are full 30-minute versions of each of these pieces.
Okay. So I'm just going to show the intro and then the last scene that is a total Greg edit. Here we go.
Okay.
Welcome to Cyberwars, a relatively new phenomena that happens every single day. Colleges teach it, but they don't understand it.
I've had that in my head for the last like 3 weeks. Colleges teach it, but they don't understand it.
It's I love it so much too. And it's also like you're doing a pitch for a reality show. There's no music here. There's no text. It's just these crappy shots of like computer things. Like I can't. It's awesome.
And also, is that true? Colleges don't understand it?
I don't
they
even-
don't
I have-
understand computers?
Do they
What
even
don't they
teach it?
understand? Or they
I
don't
don't-
understand cyber wars? I don't know what
Yeah, they don't. Maybe they're trying to say like they're not hip to the new. They're not up to date. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know. Though.
They
It
should have
makes no
said that
sense.
then. Yeah,
Well, it makes
all
no
right.
sense. So yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
If you use
They
a
got to be
computer-
clear. We're at Cyberwar right now. I mean, there's no time for dilly-dallying.
Understand it.
Colleges need to learn what it is.
If you use a computer or the internet, we can track you down and just about tell you what you had for breakfast.
Person can walk into a public cafe, an internet cafe. When you go into a
He always calls it a cafe.
Yeah. And he says it like 50 times.
Yeah.
person can walk into a public cafe, an internet cafe. When you go into a cafe and you take your laptop, everybody in that cafe can intercept that signal as well. And a person does not have to be in the cafe. Smartphone does not mean smart user.
What did we learn this week?
There are countless more stories like these. The cyber war is well underway.
The cyber cafe is well underway.
He said that so much, I don't even remember how to say the word the right way.
I know. Yeah.
And I've never heard anyone else say it that way.
No,
Never.
of course. Well, and so you get a little taste, and it sounds like you played this clip before and stuff, but you get a sense of, so that the cafe section, that's filmed by Rob. So that's why the camera is like, zooming in all crazy on people, and he's dressed in a suit, and like it's lit well and everything. That's why it's different, because Rob did his, magic filmmaker thing to it.
But it sounds like there's so much more Cyber Wars out there then, right?
Oh yeah, like I said, there's about an hour worth of Cyber Wars content. There's the full original pilot that is the crappy, the colleges don't understand it.
It's edited
video.
stuff, not raw footage.
Yeah, edited stuff.
All edited stuff. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
and then there's Rob's 30-minute version.
Yes, hook us up.
More.
I gotta track it down. I don't know. I honestly don't know where it all is right now, but I will find it.
I can't wait. Well, you are the programmer now on SLP. So
Yes.
if we could get Cyber Wars for SLP,
yes,
cha-ching, take it out of this hellhole.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the plan all along. Yeah, Cyber Wars.
All right, the Cyber Wars continue.
Yeah,
man. All right.
The
all right,
other thing that so the SLP Club, we'll talk about that at the end. That we're relaunching that. Greg's been helping us out, but also you are working on a documentary called Video Filmed for Life, and we had you on our EP mode for Patreon backers, where you can watch. This is the only place where you can watch the whole documentary. So can you give a brief explanation for folks who don't know anything about this?
Yeah. So Rob, my best friend from high school, we're both filmmaking guys, and he's the guy that made the Cyber Wars, the second version, the good version, or whatever you want to call it, the cafe version,
the cafe remix version.
He came from a very chaotic, very dysfunctional, yet very loving, yet very eccentric and esoteric and kind of insane family where there was just chaos happening in his house all the time. He's the middle child of 4 boys, and they just terrorized their parents, and it was just insanity all the time. And because Rob wanted to be a filmmaker, and we grew up in the digital era about 20 years ago, he was just always filming constantly. So over a 10-year period from 99 to 2009, when he was ages around whatever would have been about 12 to 22, he collected about 250 hours of this footage. And it's such unique footage because it's not traditional like home movies, like a person kind of standing far away and filming while people just sing happy birthday. it's like the family's arguing and crazy stuff is happening and he's getting like coverage. So he's like getting a close-up shot of one person and then like switching around and the other one. And his dad never wanted him to be filming when there was chaos. So he's always yelling at him to stop filming. And then he's like hiding the camera and still filming them and stuff. So about 5 years ago, I took this 250 hours of footage that Rob had collected and edited a documentary out of it called Video Film for Life. It's 93 minutes long. It's currently, it's a finished documentary, but it's being kind of like pitched around right now. And there's some kind of rights issues and stuff. But it's like being, it's being pitched out there and stuff. But really the only way that you can see it currently is if I think it's available to $10 per month or higher subscribers to the Found Footage Patreon.
Yeah. Yes. That's the only place you can see it. You should absolutely see it because this movie is so goddamn good. I mean, it's really like no movie that I've ever seen because it almost feels like you shouldn't be watching this. It feels like way too personal.
Yeah.
And you see this family's fights and it's just like
it's
you're
beyond
a fly
on the wall. I was just gonna say that it's almost, it's like it's not only the fly isn't even just on the wall, it's like buzzing around everyone while they're talking
and annoying them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're swatting
at it. Exactly. So no, I'm really happy, proud of it and stuff. And I think, there's been some people in the Patreon that have watched it and it's been a really positive.
It seems like it's
reaction.
been, nobody said anything bad about it so far.
Yeah.
Like everybody seems to really like it. It's a tough movie to watch. There's some scenes that are really challenging. So we wondered how well it was going to go over with people, but it's going over great. So
yeah.
So
what's
the clip that we're going to see?
So this clip that we're going to see is when Rob and I were in 10th grade, his oldest brother, Steve, who was a few grades above us or maybe just graduated, decided that he wanted to host his own workout video. So Rob films his oldest brother in their backyard and they're just doing take after take after take of Steve trying to come up with like an intro that would be really exciting to do. And at one point, Steve is flubbing so much that Rob steps in and kind of coaches him on, like, films himself and coaches him on how he should be saying stuff. And then from there, it just gets even crazier because Steve kind of takes on his advice from that clip and gets even more wild. And
but this is real though. This isn't like a bit. Like
this is 100% real.
He 100% wanted to make this exercise video.
100% or in earnest. This is
okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve. And if anyone wants to learn to work out, they should get my video. Stop, dude. I gotta think of something cool to say. Working out's a for life thing. It's not a 2 weeks. Now I quit. I'm not getting results. These things take time. You need to give it your best shot.
I like that.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm here to tell you about what you can do for your health, for your weight, for your life. Okay? You need to make your life better, as we know it, health-wise.
As we know it.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm gonna show you how to get pumped. Okay? I'm gonna show you how to do the basic body movements. I know you haven't worked out at the gym before, but we're gonna change all that. Bring you in at a beginner level.
They usually say to film it like right by a really noisy water feature of some sort, right?
A fountain. Yeah, always do it by a fountain.
Yeah.
Show you how to work every single part of your body, from your calves, to your hamstrings, to your quads, to your abs, to your butt, to your pectorals, your biceps, your triceps, even your neck and shoulders. It's easy. All you gotta do is follow. Hi, I'm Steve. How you doing? I'm here to make changes in your life.
You. Go ahead. How you doing? I like the how you doing. It's nice to ask other.
Hi, I'm Steve. How you doing? I'm here to make changes in your life. You. Hello. My name is Steve, and I've been working out for 2.5 years. And look at the results I got. Pull your pants down. How you doing? My name is Steve, and I'm here to show you how you can feel good about yourself. That's right. See me? I've been working out for 2.5 years, and I feel great. I can run around the block. I can go to the places and not worry about what girls think about me. I can do good, and so can you with my easy instructional video. All you need is a little push to get you started. You gotta push it, push it, push it. Now, come with me, and we'll go to the gym, and I'll show you how to push those muscles. Let's go. Wow. That was pretty good. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's got to be like cooler. You can't be stumbling over your words. Was I stumbling? A little bit. You kind of look like a fag. Because I'm not confident, probably. Yeah. Gonna forget, okay? I am gonna give you an institutional entry-level video that's gonna show you how to pump up your muscles and get them big. You like this? Look at that fucking bicep. All right?
Was the idea was they're going to commercially release this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time to make a change. I'm Steve, and everything that you do is gonna affect your health. So you're gonna want to do positive things, like go to the gym and work out. Feel that. We're already getting to the gym. We're not even gone yet. Just psyching out, thinking about it. Enough of the clouded mind and the fantasy and the thinking. Enough fantasy. It's time for reality. And the only person that's gonna show you how to do that is me. I'm the only one in the whole world that is gonna do something like that for you. All right, it's time to get motivated. I'm Steve. I am in perfect shape.
Wow, I like the echo added there right there at the end.
Yeah.
Wow. But I feel like Rob should have done it. Rob should have been the one. I mean, his take was perfect.
Yeah.
He came in and he just like did it exactly.
Not as strong, but the better performer, right?
Oh yeah.
I just love so much how much Steve's whole thing changes after Rob's demonstration.
Yeah.
It, like you can tell he really was like kind of taking the direction because his whole character changes completely. He gets like way more amped up and way more crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. $10 and up patrons can watch the full movie, and it's the best. What else we got? What else we got for Greg's clips?
Well, Computer Beach Party. Greg, you and Mark had a copy of this on VHS. We had never heard of this. Like, I said we didn't really do movies, but when you brought Computer Beach Party to our attention, do you remember when we first watched it? Did we watch it with you?
Yeah. So it must have been like around 07 or 08. And it was kind of like weird. So Mark and I, our mutual friend, George, just started having a little bit of success with The Room, actually, because he was the guy that brought The Room out of LA into New York and all that stuff. So we had this crappy movie, Computer Beach Party, that we had never heard of and couldn't find any info on and stuff. And we were kind of like, okay, so there's this little thing in our heads about like doing full movies instead of just the clips and stuff. So we brought it to you guys and we all watched it at your place. And I think like within the next like few days, you guys were like, we should just do a show like of the movie. And we had to cut it down. The movie's like 90 minutes long. And I mean, I think it's fun. I can watch the whole thing and it's hilarious to watch the whole thing. But there's literally, I remember there being a scene where a helicopter was landing. And it's just literally like 3 minutes or something of a helicopter, like really far away, and just coming in slowly and just keeps coming toward you. And it's,
I mean, we should have included that though, because it's pretty hilarious how long it takes that helicopter to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like they were trying to get the movie to exactly 90 minutes. That's one of those movies that's exactly 90 minutes. They're like, just extend the helicopter scene as long as you need. Yeah. And then we'll get to 90 minutes exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just remember the show was really fun to put together. I think
you went on tour. You went on tour with us, and
it was a lot of fun.
We tried to deconstruct the plot, and I don't know if we ever got to the bottom of it, but it's because of confusing scenes like this. So this is just these are 3 scenes that happen. I haven't like trimmed this. I just picked a random part from the movie to watch. Okay. And if you want, we also could watch the whole movie, because we watched the whole movie at one point when we were what was it? It was a webinar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a webinar, I think last
summer,
August or something. Last summer. Greg, did you ever watch that? Because we tracked down some of the people from the movie.
No, I gotta see that still.
I
know, because I remember emailing with Stacy a little bit back in the day, like way back in 2007 or 8 or whenever that was originally. But she seemed nice, but I don't.
We tracked down all 3 leads. Stacy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and we reunited them for the first time.
The main guy was like teaching film in like Texas or something, right? Or teaching acting.
He's retired, but he was a beloved teacher. Yeah,
nice. He was on the.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
All 3 of them were. All right, here's a little bit. We'll see all 3. There's Stacy.
The dog, the talking dog. Yeah.
Yeah, just to confirm, like the movie's been going for about 70 minutes up to this point. There's no magical realism. It's all just a bunch of people hanging out in Galveston, Texas on a beach. And then we find out that in this universe, dogs can talk.
Well, and
or we
also,
hear their thoughts.
Because the audio is so bad that the first time you hear that, it's totally jarring. You don't know even what they're trying to do. But then you sort of realize, like, wait, that's supposed to be the dog. And it's like you said, it's either talking or it's thinking. But yeah.
And I think Stacy or somebody told us that they were just kind of messing around in the studio while doing overdubs, and they thought it would be funny to do this.
Also, another fun fact about this scene is I think this is where it was queued up to in the VHS when it had been purchased. So you purchased it, and I think it was at this scene where that was the straw that broke the camel's back of the previous owner. They're like, oh wait, the dog's eating pizza and talking. Yeah, I'm done with this movie.
Not making it to the end.
Off to the thrift store. So
yeah.
Love pizza. Hot pizza beach party.
I love pizza.
What's happening? Sorry I'm late for the party.
The party's over, Al.
What do you think about the delivery there?
Oh man,
I don't think that was a question in the script, but she made it a question. Sorry, I'm late for the party.
It's all
What's
ADR
happening?
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry I'm late for the party.
The party's over, Allison.
What do you mean?
Why don't you quit pretending, all right?
Pretend? I don't know what you mean.
We know your dad bought this land. He's gonna annex the beach and he's gonna tear it up, knock down all of our houses, and there's not a thing we can do about it.
But I saw you on the beach kissing Turk, Allison.
No, you don't understand.
But
they gave that lady a Betty Boop voice in the overdub. I don't think they could get
do that.
I don't think they could get her, so they just kind of made it a Betty Boop voice. Again, no explanation for that.
Yeah.
But I saw you on the beach kissing Turk, Allison.
No, you don't understand.
But I do, Allison. I understand all about the mayor's daughter.
They think there's a buried treasure.
We know.
Here's a gold coin Turk found. Just like the one you have.
Joke's on your old man. There's no buried treasure underneath this beach. We checked it out.
Okay, so the whole plot of the movie was for naught because
we went to NASA. We talked to an astronaut.
They go to NASA, but they.
But where does she doesn't have this in the previous scene, so where is she pulling the coin from?
Here's a gold coin Turk found. Just like the one you have.
She should have pulled it out of his ear or something like a magician. Anyway, that's a little bit of Computer Beach Party. The only movie we've deemed worthy of doing a full found footage festival show based around, and maybe we'll do it again sometime. It was a fun summer tour.
I feel like watching it. I feel like watching it now after seeing that.
I definitely want to watch it now too. It makes me want to watch it.
Everyone could go back and download, or on the SLP Club. I think you can see Computer Beach Party live. So yeah.
What's the name of the band? Sorry, what was the band?
Panther.
Panther. There you go.
We had Panther performing live on the Computer Beach Party live too.
He still got it too.
Yeah,
so.
That's crazy.
All right, we want to end on Heavy Metal Picnic. So you worked with Jeff Krulik a lot. Jeff Krulik from Heavy Metal Parking Lot. Yeah. And I remember seeing this video at, I think that he was it was in some weird art space in Brooklyn. Jeff showed up and he was showing all of his old films. He showed Heavy Metal Parking Lot, but he also showed some of his other weirder ones, like, was it like Hitler's Hat? And like Led Zeppelin played here. But then he also played this one, I think he was calling it Heavy Metal Picnic tentatively.
Okay.
And I think he still calls it that.
Yeah,
And I talked to him afterwards and I was like, oh, can I get that footage? And he's like, yes, but I want to make a documentary of it. And he gave us the footage just to show at found footage shows. I don't think we actually have this on a DVD. This edit that I made, he gave me the full footage and I just cut it down. But then you took all the footage and then you edited Jeff's documentary about Heavy Metal Picnic, right?
Yeah, so I met Jeff through you guys. Same thing. I was like a 22-year-old kid or something, and I was just editing with you guys, and we were all hanging out. And then I met Jeff, and so the original footage is about 45 minutes to an hour. And these guys in, I think, 85, they had stolen a clip that you put on a microphone, like a news clip that said CBS on it.
Yeah.
They had stolen that from the Reagan inauguration. and they
are working at it, right?
Yeah,
or one of them
was
guard.
like doing security at it or something.
Yeah.
So there's this. It's in the Maryland, Baltimore area, DC kind of area. There's this big like empty lot space, like grass field between a bunch of subdivision, like McMansion houses that are kind of surrounding this huge plot of land. So they built a stage on it and they invited some local metal bands, and about 2,000 metalheads in the middle of the 80s showed up, and the guys with the microphone and the camera, they had a VHS camera. They're all like on acid and on like drinking and all crazy. And they just start interviewing people with this mic, but everybody's just like tripping out and just like going not just like total chaos. And it's really hilarious. It's really just absolutely hilarious.
It's a perfect follow-up to Heavy Metal Parking Lot, because it is kind of the same people there.
Yeah, you can get Jeff. You can get the whole documentary that you edited with Jeff, and but here's a little taste of that actual video.
Yeah.
This is before you track down any of the people in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Always mooning, right?
Oh yeah.
Dance party!
Scruff. We're at the 3rd annual Rock Fest down in Potomac, Maryland, and we are rocking, buddies. Nobody can handle themselves. Nobody is in control because we are rocking, goddammit. This is the rock capital of the world, and we are doing it right. Tune back for later comments.
Here's the CBS clip.
Are you really with CBS?
I like
stole this shit.
Yeah, wait. I like tune back for later comments.
Yeah.
They tried to sound like what a news person would say, but that's not.
Should we should end the show with tune back for later comments, shouldn't we?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's add it to the end.
Yeah.
Nobody is in control because we are rocking, goddammit. This is the rock capital of the world, and we are doing it right. Tune back for later comments. Are you really with CBS?
Fuck no, we stole this shit.
Oh, cool.
You wouldn't think with a bunch of alcohol being around all day, a fight would break out.
We're having a good time. No one's been born, no one's died, but hell, we're having a good time here.
What did he say? You don't have to rewind. I just want you to repeat it. What did he say?
It's nobody's been born. We're having a good time here.
Nobody's been born.
Nobody's been born. Nobody's something.
Then died.
Yeah, then died. Yeah.
But we're having a good time here.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
I also like, is it Burkle's like posture?
Yeah.
Here, we're just kind of like.
Oh yeah.
His chin down like that.
Oh, that's Burkle's on the right. That is.
Yeah.
Isn't it? From
so,
earlier.
Yeah.
I'm here. This is Dinker Ryan here. We are about to experience the beautifulest eyes in the world here. Look at these eyes. These are the bluest eyes I have ever seen in the world. I swear to God.
Sandra Connors.
Terminator reference. Favors the old timey fighting style.
Greg, did Jeff ever track down any of the fighters?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, the guy on the left is definitely gonna win, right?
He seems more
He's smaller. He's smaller, but he's kind of.
No, but he's just like doing this.
Yeah, he's more like.
It's the Notre Dame logo right here. Yeah.
The Fighting Irish. Yeah, he's got a stance.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! We're having so much fun.
Fucking A right, better believe it!
Iron Maiden, bro.
Reagan's a Nazi. Reagan's a fucking Nazi, man. I gotta tell him some shit. Man, Ronald Reagan, man.
Makes an excellent point.
Comments. No further comments. That's what I'm saying, man. Get stoned through the bone. Stoned through the bone, man. All the way down. Hey, dog. What you got to say for yourself?
Hot Rockin' Beach Party. Oh.
I do have LSD for sale, you know, let all the people out there know.
And the fun fact about them, Greg, right?
Yeah, they're married.
They're married to this day.
Who, two on the left or two on the right?
The two on the right. The
dark hair.
LSD for sale and the dark-haired girl.
Really?
And well, that's the thing that's cool about Jeff's documentary is that he tracks down certain people that are in the footage and the people who filmed it. And yeah, so them as a married couple 20 years later or 25 years later got to sit there and watch it for the first time themselves again. It's a pretty cool little moment in the documentary.
Is the guy who has LSD for sale, is he in one of the bands?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the drummer for God, what were they called? Unorthodox, I think.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Is he still selling LSD or did he?
I think he's probably done. Yeah. You never know.
He moved on.
They seemed like very sweet together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it CBS or what?
Is it CBS or what?
Ain't nothing but rock and roll. All right.
I like how that guy's pretty short.
Yeah.
But he came and
He
just
has
tore
to-
down the house.
Yeah.
by
And he has to
having
stand on his
chickens.
tippy toes to get up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does, and he has the whole Matthew McConaughey like vibe, just the way he looks and stuff.
Yeah.
Would this be? I feel like there should be a thing on the T-shirts of Heavy Metal Picnic, but I like this guy who says, "Yeah," just like
Oh,
the
yeah.
sailboat scene there.
I mean, it's one of the best endings to any found footage, like montage clip.
Yeah.
Just a guy screaming in the microphone. Like
Yeah.
that's how you end a montage right
Yeah.
there.
Let's, one more time.
Ain't nothing but rock and roll. All right.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah.
It's the
Is that going to
best.
be on the SLP Club?
I think it is on the SLP now, isn't it?
I believe Heavy Metal Picnic is on the SLP.
Oh, so you can watch the whole documentary. But okay, so Greg, talk about this because we mentioned it up top, but our SLP streaming club, we call it Netflix for Weirdos. It's all of our stuff and more. And Greg, we didn't have the bandwidth to put up new stuff, but
That was the thing. Is like we
Yeah.
put up all of our DVDs, volumes 1 through 9, and all the other like weird ones off to the side. But like we didn't have time to keep uploading it. And then you came uploading new stuff every week, and then you came along. You're like, I'll do it. And you know like our library better than anybody, and you're a great
Yeah.
editor. So we're like, yes, let's do it. So now you're the official programmer for SLP, and I'm excited
Yes.
about this. So what?
I'm honored to be on board. And as of right now, some people watching this, so the new things that we have up on the SLP are the Big Bad webinar finally. So that's released, and that's very exciting. He's not a surprise guest. I can say who's in it, right? Or is that like a surprise thing?
Yeah, you can say. Yeah.
Okay, so well, as anyone who's a big fan of you guys knows about McC and the original 1991 McDonald's tape that Nick found that started this whole crazy thing. So
he stole it. Actually, he actually stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So McC is in the webinar, and it's amazing to finally see these guys come together, and so that's very exciting.
That was the biggest event to happen to us in a very long time.
Yeah,
McC
yeah.
really like started this whole thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 feature films on the SLP right now, and they're both available on VHS tape actually. So there's Psycho Ape, which is a 65-minute crazy movie that I had a part in making as well. And so that's available on the SLP in full. And then there's Hectic Knife, which is also available on VHS. There's only about like 50 of these each that exist.
But Hectic Knife is not an SLP though, right?
Hectic Knife is on the SLP, yeah.
Oh, it is on SLP.
Yep.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
And people can also buy the VHS. And
Yeah,
those are
so-
2 films that you helped make.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like wrote, shot, edited, directed Hectic Knife, and then Peter, the guy on the cover, was did the music and is the star and produced it. And we wrote it together. It's
Yeah.
an 82-minute crazy comedy, and then
I love it.
Yeah,
That's very funny.
Can I bring up one real quick one scene in Hectic
Yeah,
Knife?
of
Like
course.
you're like doing this one scene that's part of the movie, then all of a sudden you like break the fourth wall and you take the camera over, and then there's like a woman. I don't know if she plays a prostitute or she's an actual prostitute on the
No,
screen.
they were
Like,
actors. Yeah, they
they
were
were
actors.
actors. Okay, and then you
Yeah.
went over, then you just started talking to her on the camera. Am I
Yeah.
remembering this correctly?
Yeah, so there's a scene that's happening. Hectic Knife is this like vigilante character that is in the streets, and he's like getting information from prostitutes. And then yes, he leaves the frame, and I just take the camera, never stop rolling, take the camera off the tripod, wander around, start interviewing the characters. So the movie just becomes a documentary
For like 45 seconds, it becomes
Yeah,
a documentary, and then
Yeah.
it's back to being a movie, which
Yeah.
I thought was just absolutely brilliant. So
Yeah.
check out Hectic Knife. And then so like you're gonna keep uploading new stuff each week, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
so
living,
also-
breathing entity, SLP.
Yep, and we're going to be looking for really cool new content to bring, to be uploading on a regular basis. So right now there's a whole log of the EP modes that are going to start going up. So each week we'll be uploading one or two more of those. So there'll be new stuff available every single week for people. There's also something on there currently right now that's brand new as of yesterday. It's called the Zany Zingers mixtape. So you guys released a DVD a long time ago, like probably more than 10 years ago. That was a bunch of web clips, like a few dozen of them. Is about a little over an hour of content
From our earliest VHS finds.
Yeah.
Like not
Yeah.
clips we found on the web, but stuff that we had put on our own website. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. When I say web clips, I meant like clips that they had put on YouTube from their collection.
Yeah.
So what I did was I strung all those together so you can just watch them as one block. It's about 75 minutes long, and it's just the Zany Zingers mixtape. So that has a lot of really cool, funny, just different crazy stuff inside
And we
that.
sold out of that DVD like 10 years ago. So this is it's the only place you can see that unless you
Yeah, so I'm excited to have like our own streaming service that actually is going to get the TLC it needs now. So it relaunches this week, and we hope you'll join. So thanks, Greg, for joining us, showing off, going through your history with Found Footage Festival.
Yeah,
And maybe we'll have you back on semi-regularly, talk about new surprises and things going up on the SLP Club.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, thanks, guys. I love it. I'm
Greg.
excited.
Shows your raviolies. Shows your raviolies. Shows your raviolies.
So yeah, if you want to be a member of SLP, we have a 2-week free trial. It's $6.99 a month, super cheap, and we're going to put different stuff there than we put on the EP too. So check that out.
And thanks to Greg. All right, it's time for cyber videos on the internet.
The information superhighway is awash in viewable moving images, but which to spend your time on? Join us as we show you how to watch cyber videos on the internet.
Ooh, good intro. George, why don't you start us off?
Well, YouTube recommended to me an episode of the Nashville Evening News from May 3rd, 1985 the other day, and for some reason I watched the whole thing. This was the scene at 6, and the thing that was great about it was it had great bumper music when going to commercial. And I realized between that and the graphics, that was really all you needed from the whole episode. So here is the recap of the news from May 3rd, 1985.
From Channel 4 News, this is The Scene at 6 with Dan Miller, Demetria Kaladimos, Bill Hall, and Charlie McAlexander.
The computer. Today, it's everywhere.
I like the music. Dr. Glut?
Or is it Dr. Glut?
Oh.
That's The Scene at 6. Join us later for The Scene at 10.
There was a great high five between the weatherman.
I did see that.
And the sports guy. So.
Oh,
buddies.
I like that. I like that a lot. Is this like a new segment that you're going to do?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay. Looking forward to that.
Steve, what do you have?
So I'm continuing my jock shams. I keep saying I get away from it, and then somebody sends me something that's I just really love this segment.
Why do you
So
want to get
basically
away from it? It's one of my favorite segments.
I enjoy it so much.
Athletes
too.
doing commercials? What's not to
I really
like?
do. Yeah. And each one's a little bit different. So this week we're featuring, it's actually George who showed me this commercial. And what I love is it's got a great actor in it and then a sports celebrity. So you can see like kind of the duality of it. And once again, almost always a terrible script. So here is this week's Jock Sham.
At halftime, to William the Refrigerator Perry, the Mr. Big Napkin Award. It was just a snack. To the man who single-handedly wiped up the NFL, the Mr. Big Paper Towel Award. It took both hands. A man so big, yet so gentle. The Mr. Big Bath Tissue Award. Imagine, from Mr. Refrigerator to Mr. Big. Easy, Fridge.
I love it. It has the guy from I know him from Happy Days, and I know he's from a ton of other things.
Al Molinaro.
Thank you.
Oh,
I had his
good
name
job,
earlier.
George.
I couldn't get it out, but yeah.
Isn't he the Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is the same guy.
I know him
yeah.
from that first. The Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin. I gotta say, the Fridge. He wasn't bad. He wasn't.
Yeah.
I think it was Al selling him. Like I really do. Like he sets him up so well. He carries the scene, and it's like to see like kind of the balance. Like it really does prop the Fridge up.
Maybe that's what you need in these jock shams. You need somebody there to push them along, because if it's just them, they're just like, hey, hit a home run with these.
I am going to write a book. You'll read my dissertation at the end of the jock shams. It's going to be the summation of exactly the breakdown. But yeah.
Yes. I'll buy that book.
George, what were you gonna say?
I just think they should have somebody from Happy Days to sort of like escort the athlete to the product.
Yeah, it's the Sherpa.
Yeah.
With the athlete. I agree. It's always should be somebody from Ralph Mel for anybody. All right. Thanksgiving parade's coming up, Macy's parade, and I've tried to mine some awkward moments. It's just rife for awkward moments because it's like a 4-hour ceremony that is televised live. And George, what was your favorite movie of 1989?
Oh, a little movie called Batman. You might have heard of it.
Exactly. And one rare thing, even though you would say probably Michael Keaton is Batman, he's the star. Jack Nicholson got the first billing in the movie. That was the negotiation. And so the Joker was really popular in 1989, and for the Macy's parade in 1989, of course you got to have the Joker, but they couldn't get Jack Nicholson. So they decided to make a game out of it and have you guess who was behind the makeup. So I'll play that game. It's a little version of Celebrity Bullshit. You guys, throughout this video, it's about a minute, can guess who the Joker was.
But we do have a Joker in this parade. The trick for all of you here and all of you at home is to figure out just who this Joker really is.
Hey, yeah, who is that Joker?
Look at that. Oh my gosh, she's throwing money out. Well, let's stay here.
Okay.
I have a guess too.
Grandpa Munster.
Oh, Al Lewis.
That's
okay.
a better guess than mine. Yeah. I was going to go with Willard Scott.
Oh, that's good. That's pretty good. George, you're not going to beat either one of us. Who do you got?
There'll be a further clue here in a moment.
Ooh, exciting.
I'll wait for the further clue.
Let's just say the Joker does something that most portrayals of the Joker do not do.
Hey America, happy Thanksgiving. Get a load of this face. Talk about white meat. The Joker is me. But what if it was De Niro? How you doing, Batman? How you doing? Or Arthur? I hate when that happens. Or Eastwood. Go ahead and make my dressing. Or Schwarzenegger. Hello, Batman.
It just doesn't look anything like Joe Piscopo. Otherwise, I'd guess him.
Is it Piscopo? It's got to be Piscopo.
So
George, do you have a
doing impressions? George, you have a guess? We're getting close to the end.
Steve and I already locked in.
I'm going to go with Larry Drake from LA Law.
Or Neighbors. Golly! Where does he get those wonderful toys? The Joker is me!
Wait, is that Liberace?
No, I believe Liberace was he still alive in 1989?
Either way.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think he was dead.
Oh, but... Rich Little. Rich Little. I'm going to call Rich Little. I'm going to switch to Rich Little.
Joe's closest so far. All right, take a look.
Jay Leno.
I'm really French traveling.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yep, kids, it's Fred Travelina.
Do I feel silly?
I thought it was Dave Thomas. I thought that right there is Dave Thomas. That's not Dave Thomas.
It's Fred Travelina, who was like, he did tons of TV in the 80s, and he was like, if you couldn't get Rich Little, Fred Travelina was your guy, basically.
Oh, that's a big get. They were able to get Fred Travelina. But
how did I not guess that?
Did you know who he was?
Yeah, because he was on a lot of game shows. Oh, did George know who he was? What?
Yes,
he's
didn't know
deceased. Okay.
Yeah, he's no longer with us. But
never even heard of him.
I'm with Joe.
Yeah.
He hosted a show that my sister and I watched. I forget what it was, a syndicated show. Anyway,
Anything for money?
Yeah, maybe.
No, that was a show. He actually did. That wasn't a gag.
That's what I think it is, actually. Yeah. Anyway, it was Fred Travelina the whole time. They couldn't get Nicholson. They went with Travelina.
I wish it would have been Grandpa Munster. Grandpa Munster would have been way better. All right, let's get into some IMGs.
Chicken shit. Electronic video transmission uploaded with no intention. Harvested semi-ethically. Welcome to IMG.
Okay, so we were on tour last week. We did 3 shows in the Midwest, and at our Eau Claire show, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, we played. Ian, my IMG assistant, drove up with his wife, Kasara. I think it's his wife. Let's just say partner. His partner, Kasara, up to Eau Claire to see the show. We got to hang out. I got to finally meet Ian and Kasara.
From Iowa, too. It was a bit of a hike.
Yeah, it was a big hike. And they came up and we hung out afterwards and we were talking IMGs. And I said, what's your favorite IMG? And he told me about one that I'd never played before. And it was one that he actually found. So here it is. This we're going to kick things off with this, and it's a fairly long one. So we're only doing 2 IMGs. We're going to do this one fairly long, and then another one that's really short. So IMG 1549. Ian found this one, 33 views, called "Squirrel Stuck in House," and he described it to me in person as this journey that will all be going on now.
Babe, don't record this.
Round 2, squirrel versus wife versus dogs and cat.
Oh my gosh. This bathroom is destroyed. What?
I'm waiting for you to get the squirrel out of this house so I can go to bed.
So she's like doing all the heavy lifting, trying to get the squirrel out of the house, and he's videotaping her.
He's kind of a coward.
And he just wants to go to bed.
By the way, this is how it'd probably play out in my apartment.
I know. Far off too. I'm a coward too, so yeah.
Yeah.
And look, he's I don't know if he did that. Did he do
I don't
that?
think so. I think that's a squirrel. She got a little too close.
It was like a big sound.
All right, Yosh, get it.
The dog's just kind of wondering.
It's behind
there
you.
for support.
Babe, do you?
He's doing more bits. It's behind you. And then she goes, "Babe."
She physically jumps.
There are a couple that calls each other babe. They're a babe couple. Babe.
It's behind you.
Babe, do you want to get this thing out or not?
He's not helping at all. What a dick.
What a Joe.
I like his style.
Babe, stop. You're not even
Babe, stop.
helping. Okay, it can't get out. We're good. Is it in there?
I don't know.
I don't want to.
I like the plant is in the toilet right now for some reason.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
I wonder if the
see how
squirrel,
that happened.
did the squirrel cause it? And there's dirt all around the toilet.
I think the squirrel knocked over a plant.
Yeah, they were playing plant flush.
I know, just take it out and open it outside. It's in there. I can feel it. Oh my god.
Oh, I hope that little bottom doesn't open.
Born free. Free
So far,
is.
nothing has came out of that box.
She grabs her screwdriver to.
Oh, does this have a sad ending?
The plant.
There's no squirrel in the box. Are you kidding me? So it's inside and you left the door open.
That is epic.
That's great.
That's a great journey.
That's
It was a
outstanding.
great journey. And
Ian,
then,
amazing work.
nice work. He's the best assist. Best. I couldn't do this without Ian. So yes, thank you for that. We're going to keep it with squirrels here. This is Jim and Liz sent this one in. This is 0783, 48 views. Jim and Liz called it Man versus Squirrel.
You can do it and fail. Come on.
Digging up the tubs, people love to see SIMG minus.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
Yeah, I really like the condescending laugh at the squirrel. Like, I won. The human won. You could try it and fail. And he has that kind of like raspy cough, raspy laugh.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Squirrel's a lot healthier, it seems like, than the man was.
Yeah, definitely. All right, those are our cyber videos.
Every once in a while on the show, we like to show off some nice things that we found in a segment called Nice Things.
All right, and because of this being a Black Friday, this coming Friday, we have a second sellout, Steve. Boss Kitty is sponsoring Nice Things. This year, treat the knitter or crocheter in your life, even if that's you, to a giant holiday sack full of fancy-ass yarns. Save 30% on all of their hand-dyed yarns through Black Friday weekend at BossKittyShop.com. Savings start 9 a.m. on Friday. BossKittyShop.com. And I love their catchphrase, yarn so boss, you'll knit your pants.
And just to clarify,
you'll knit your pants.
And Steve, you did say fancy ass yarns, right? That was one of the things you said.
Without a doubt, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's like crocheting and knitting, but with swear words, right?
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
you'll knit
your
pants.
pants.
I love
It's
this.
gonna
By the way,
support the Melindas that support
another
us.
repeat. I know there was a lot of Melindas out there who actually reached out to me. I believe Sally was one of them, but a lot of people reached out. They bought yarns from Boss Kitty, and they were very pleased with it.
Nice.
Excellent.
The Melindas support the Melindas that support us.
That's
Love
great.
It.
That's right.
Love it.
I'm blacking myself out so you can see once again their deal.
Oh, big sale. Okay, cool. Great. Well, these are where we show off nice things, and we've gotten a lot of nice things on the road. And Joe, you were in LA too, and saw some nice things, right?
Yeah, a couple. I've been dying to play this for people. So first of all, we maybe like what was it, like 10 years ago, we played this video dating clip we got a video dating video from David Cross. We edited it into our montage. We uploaded it, and it took the world by storm. I've since met the guy who created it. We had him on an EP mode where he talked about it. He talked about creating this video dating. But just as a refresher, here's what video dating. This is the big one.
I'm looking for the goddess. Are you the goddess? Who is the goddess? The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman, is all women.
And so he called me recently and he said, I found the original tape still in the shrink wrap.
Because we just had a badly dubbed copy from David Cross, right? It was like a 7th generation dub. So here's the original.
We had like a burned DVD of it.
Oh, it was a DVD.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we never even had the VHS of it. Yeah. So this is the actual VHS version of it. Look, and that's how it was. And he told us that they sold it at like like B. Dalton's or like Walden Books in the impulse buy section. And it had all those guys on it. And then here's the backside of it too. So he has 3 still in the shrink, and I offered to buy it off of him, and he hasn't responded back to me. I think that maybe I was a little too excitable when I said, "Could I buy one from you?" And I think I offered him probably not enough. Yeah, I think that I would be willing to spend a lot on this though. To have an original
this is part of history.
Exactly.
I want you to know, Joe, I just saw that 3 of the copies of this have just been listed at Sotheby's. Opening
Oh.
bid $10,000. So
It should be. Do you see like VHS, like selling VHS is now like a big thing? Our buddy Scott just reached out to us and told us that he has a he saw Pulp Fiction still in the shrink, $12,000. So for the Melindas out there who go to thrift stores, if you see movies still in the shrink, pick it up because like
Yeah.
if it gets graded, like you could make some dough off of this.
They're like baseball cards now. It's incredible. It's blown
Yeah.
up.
So yeah,
but all our videos are probably not that valuable.
no, ours are yeah.
They're
exactly.
almost
We-
worthless.
We have the industrial video sample tape. That's what we
Yeah,
have.
got that
so
one.
That's,
Yeah. Can't even find anybody to grade that.
No.
All right. I got a few other things to show off before we get to some of the. First of all, our buddy John Hink sent me a picture. He said Leonardo DiCaprio is in a new movie, and he said, "Does it remind you of anybody?" I think it's called "Don't Look Up." He thinks this looks exactly like you, Joe. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Even with glasses?
Neck beard, and sort of.
I like to
a
think I don't have
flannel.
a neck beard.
No, but I think this beard style. I don't know. What do you got, Joe and George? What do you think?
Joe and George, huh? No one cares about me.
Yeah, I don't care what you think, Steve. This question is just for Joe and George.
I'm not.
That's what
I'm not
happened
really
answer.
seeing it.
You don't see it?
I mean, I'm flattered. Trust
I can
me,
see
I'm
a little
flattered.
bit in the beard. Definitely not the glasses. Maybe
Yeah,
the
the glasses
beard
kind
hair
of throw
color.
me off.
The same
If you
hair
take
color.
George, Nick, and Joe and combine them all into something, maybe you got that.
Or Leonardo DiCaprio. All right.
When George wears glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
The three of us are, yeah, exactly.
All right. I just wanted to throw that out there. Maybe people in the comments will have ideas. And this is hot off the presses. We have a line of t-shirts called T-shirts That Are Hard to Explain at store.foundfootagefest.com. And Tad sent this picture of himself wearing his Hot Rock t-shirt that's hard to explain to his colonoscopy in solidarity with Steve. So he's having a Hot Rock colonoscopy.
Oh, it's so rock and roll.
Yeah.
That is.
Hope it went well, Tad. Thanks for
I
sending
did
that
too.
in. That's a nice thing.
I'm going to show off my shirt now, as long as we're talking t-shirts
Yeah.
here. Who gave this to us? Somebody in Minneapolis.
Yeah. So Matt and Danny gave us this. They stopped by the show, and you might remember them. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, take a look at this. Payback's a Bitch shirt. Do you remember what this is from? Steve and George, do you remember what this is from?
Isn't this from the fighting one?
Yeah, the three
The
guys
fight?
on the couch.
Yes.
Barroom brawling.
Yes, barroom brawling.
Thank you.
And Nick, you talked? I didn't talk to him that much. He gave me the shirt, and it's
So-
an incredible shirt. But like,
Yes, Mark Animal McYoung is wearing that shirt, and I think I said that I wanted to go as Mark Animal McYoung for Halloween this year, and so I was looking all over eBay for the shirt that said "Payback's a Bitch" and had a guy holding up a, disembodied skull on it, and he said he looked all over and couldn't find it either, but he found an image of it, and then had the T-shirts made for his Halloween costume where they imitated it, and then he made a couple extra for us. So now. I've got one. Joe, you're wearing yours. And
I'd like
it's an
to point
amazing
out
shirt.
that it's a skeleton, and he's holding up the head, the decapitated head of Lindau Man. I think that's what it is.
Oh, that must be what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. Let me show some other shirts that. So Bob came to the show. Bob
Hedges.
Bob Hedges, who submits a lot of videos to us, gave us this one. This one's who do you think this shirt is for?
It's for Steve because it's which Steve is thumb, right?
Yes, and then on the back side we got
well done.
we got that. So that's on the back of your shirt. And it's it's Christmas colors too, so that'll be nice. This
That's
one
very nice.
Bob made for you, George. It just says Science and Darkness.
All right, that's good. And I like it's a Star Trek font.
I thought the same.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep,
Yeah,
great.
what
Thank you,
else is-
Bob.
He got Nick. I don't know what he got for you, but he got this for me. He got Ombudsman of Eau Claire, self-appointed. Do you guys know what this is from?
Oh,
Yes, it's from what's it? Not Wayne
Brian Meyer.
Wayne Brian Meyer.
Nice. You guys are getting good. Yes, this is Wayne Brian Meyer. Public
Anybody-
access show from
This
Eau
is
Claire.
interesting enough. You do this every week. Eventually, some of it sticks.
This is a deep cut one too. This is self-proclaimed world yo-yo champion, and then there's a yo-yo there.
Yes,
This one
that's the
ring a bell.
I mean, is this from Mark? No.
Animal McYoung.
It's not Kenny the yo-yo expert.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was
it's not
thinking
Mark
of.
Animal McYoung.
I was thinking, can he?
This is, I don't know if we've shown this on the show, but it's a woman's video where she says she's a self-proclaimed yo-yo champion, and if you can duplicate her 10-trick routine, you get $10,000. Linda Sangspiel, I believe. $100,000.
$100,000. Yeah.
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 So that was another deep cut shirt reference. So that's really hard to explain, sure. We have to explain it to George and Steve.
That's very hard to explain. I want to show this. I had a nice things adventure on Halloween night. So for the month of October, everybody has their Halloween decorations out in their front yard. I would walk by this house that had the skeleton dressed up with a Tom. So here, it's a skeleton they had out there, and it's scary. But then for some reason they added a Thomas's English Muffins denim hat to the skeleton. That makes it way less scary, but it makes it 10,000 times better, if you ask me. And every day I'd walk by it on my way to the office, and finally on Halloween, I was like, I think that tomorrow it's going to go down. I wanted to steal it, but I was like, I don't want to steal from my neighbors. This person lives up the street from me. So I did this. I wrote a letter to them, and the idea was that I'm telling them I'm taking their hat, but I'm replacing it with an equally good hat, the Applebee's hat that I got a little while ago.
That's nice.
And
is that like when Indiana Jones is kind of weighing the bag of sand to replace it with the idol?
Totally.
So you took the Applebee's hat and you're like, yeah.
And there's a good chance that I didn't have to write this note, that they would have been like, oh yeah, this is a nice hat that we put out here. But I decided to do it anyway. They're my neighbors. So, and I'm a coward. So I put Jake's, I'm at Jakester's house right now. I put his phone number down at the bottom because, if they're going to get mad at somebody, I'd rather them get mad at him and then he tells me about it.
Understood. Yeah.
And so then I folded that up, put it underneath the hat, put it back on the skeleton. And I walked by the next day, and the hat and the skeleton, they were gone. I'm glad that I did what I did because I got the hat. So, and I have the hat here now with me. I traveled with it to the Midwest. Denim. Oh, look at it. It has a leather strap back here. It's definitely a nice thing. This is a long walk for a nice thing. But what I was thinking, it's not really my style of hat. Like, I just want to have it and just to say that I had it. So I was thinking that we should raffle this sucker off. What do you think? And here's my idea. Here's my idea. Send a letter, and I'll put I'm editing this one, so I'll put the text up. But here's where you send your sweepstakes entry to. It's called "I hope I win that denim Thomas's muffins hat that was on that lawn skeleton sweepstakes." You hear that? You got your ears on? I hope I win that denim Thomas's muffins hat that was on that lawn skeleton sweepstakes, and send it to the address that's on the screen there. And we'll draw one out of the hopper, and then I'll send this to the winner of that sweepstakes.
I'm just excited to get the hopper back, and it's getting a little dusty. So
what do you think is the over under for number of entries we'll get on this?
I'll say fewer than the Wisps entry.
Really?
Okay. Wisps, we got like 9 entries on that one.
I'm gonna say under.
Really?
Go
okay.
over.
Well, give me a number though.
Oh, okay. I'll say we get 6 entries.
6 entries. All right, there it is. Steve, you're going over on that, I assume?
15.
Okay. George, what's your number?
I'm going 5.
Okay, so you're going.
I don't see any reason why anybody would want it.
It's taken from a lawn skeleton.
No. I understand that, but it belongs to you. It's so
universe,
part of you.
right?
Yeah, like it took so much effort to get that hat to you. Nobody wants to take that away from you.
Oh, you're saying
I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people do.
The journey
our discussing it is influencing it. It's like
I'm up to 7 now. I'm up to 7.
Nick, are you going on the over on your over under now?
Well, yeah. Let's see. I mean,
but look here's the other thing is that this comes with the curse of the lawn skeleton too. So maybe people will be deterred by that. Maybe people will be deterred by that.
Right.
They're like, I don't want, there's a dead skeleton that had this thing.
But maybe it's not a curse. Maybe it's a lucky
worst
one.
kind of skeleton is the dead skeleton.
This is like quantum theory where our observations about it will affect the outcome of it. So now I might say that we're going to get over 9. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Theory.
Yeah,
right.
But people want Joe to lose generally, so maybe they won't send it in. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to see what Vegas has. We'll see next week. We'll see tomorrow.
I'm up to 30.
Yeah. So anyway, send your entries to I hope I win that Denim Thomas's Muffins hat that was on that lawn skeleton sweepstakes.
Okay. I have a couple more things to show off. One is this, there's a museum of failure that's touring around, including the, it's at the Mall of America right now in Minneapolis. And I believe Eric and Shauna got us this, or I can't remember who exactly gave us this, but somebody after the show in the Twin Cities gave us these mugs, which are for sale at the gift shop of the Museum of Failure. It's the Rejuvenique facial toning mask. I mean, we sell our own mugs of this, and I guess it's color changing as well. So
cool.
Yeah,
and then also I know that Bob went there. I know that he went to the Museum
maybe
of
it was
Failures. That was from Bob. Let's credit where credit's due.
All right, and then also so Laura, who was on our Crypt Keeper episode of Saturday Morning Cartoons. First of all, she hosts a show, so they autographed a little thing for Found Footage Festival here. It's the Big Bad B Movie show, but she found this the other day and sent it to us. It's Totally Tulip transfers from, of course, the Totally Tulip painting sweatshirt video. They actually made related products.
That's so cool. I've never seen anything out in the wild with Totally Tulip before.
Wow. Yeah, there's tulip paints, and then I guess they had transfers, so we could make some cool sweatshirts from these and maybe raffle them off. Who knows? I don't know. But thanks to Laura for that tulip paint product.
Definitely a nice thing.
George, I want to see your nice things.
Oh, well, we're heading into the holiday season, and I've been looking for gifts for, a certain Nick Pruer. And so nice. Some things that I found but rejected. I saw this. This was, let's see, Michu, who played Alf when he wore this costume in a Michael Jackson video. This, he was there he is.
Leave Me Alone video, perhaps.
And I saw it's only $13,499, but then I knew I couldn't get it for you because you'd make me wear it.
I was like, you could make an offer.
Yeah. So then I saw this. This is, nobody but you should have this.
Wow, it's fantastic.
A green giant. Let's see, it's a close up of some of the graphics on it.
Wow.
It's a mere $250, but
is he standing in blood? Did he destroy somebody
with that tennis racket?
Yeah, that's how good he is. And here you see the hatchling of the
Sprout. Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
He's standing in the blood of the Keebler elves.
But the thing that is most Nick that I found is this incredible thing: Alf Driftwood.
Wow.
From Idaho's North Fork Clearwater River, one of a kind. The guy mentions in the description that he saw this and that looked exactly like Alf.
This is the ultimate piece of Alf crap. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's actual Alf crap. Yeah, it's actual crap.
This is another piece of Plum Simply Awesome Driftwood. I'm going to say I haven't seen a Plum Simply Awesome piece of driftwood since the club, but here it is.
Yeah, while fishing for trout. It's amazing.
Oh boy, Nick, you got to buy that, right? Don't use the found footage money for it, but use your own personal money for it. But
Quote
definitely
from
buy
Alf
that.
himself: "The resemblance is uncanny." It says,
and you got it from every angle. In case you think maybe it would be difficult to display. Clearly, there's no bad way.
Yeah, I'm going to need this, but I don't know if I can just. Times are tight right now, a little financially, but I might have to make an exception.
You gotta get it. Yes,
Yeah.
you gotta get it. Yeah, even if you have to call up your parents and borrow money from them.
Yeah, treat yourself.
All right, I'll get them on the phone. I'll record my call with them,
and just tell them it's for food. Tell them that you're vegan food. Yeah.
All right.
It's for vegan food, not this.
Okay. And I'll have put images up over the call and play it next week.
Yes. Will you actually do that?
Sure. Yeah.
Try to get $60 from to send a check.
All right. I'll try my best.
Okay.
Any other nice things?
Yeah, there's just one more. This is a recurring segment that we haven't had a chance to show for a while. This is Steve's Relaxation Corner.
Oh,
yes, because he's in Ireland. He's on vacation.
Live from Ireland.
Oh, yes.
This is live, by the way. Now, there's a man relaxing.
That's how you relax.
Cheers up.
Thumbs up in front of the fountain.
Very relaxing. It reminded me of the the exercise video that Greg DeLiso played earlier in front of that fountain.
It was.
It's a
It was
great, it's a
exactly like
relaxing place to shoot a video.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got going out?
Let's see. Well, some quick announcements. We're doing our EP mode. We're gonna watch like key scenes of American movie. It's Thanksgiving this week, and American movie is the official Thanksgiving movie according to us. And we're gonna watch it with our buddy Mark Breeze, who is an expert on all things American movie. He can quote the whole thing. He knows every single line.
Yeah,
and he's gonna. Go ahead.
I asked him to pick his 5 favorite scenes. I just want to tell you what he said about that in text. He said this may be a little Sophie's Choice-esque to narrow down. So he's having a real tough time picking his favorite 5 videos. Parts from the movie to show.
But he's the pro. So also wanted to mention that we're on TikTok now. We're putting up new videos on TikTok. I'm not personally, but Greg is. Our
new
SLP
videos
guy,
every day. Yeah,
every single day. So if you're into the TikTok thing, I haven't even looked at it yet. But if you're into that kind of thing, go over there and check it out. George, Steve, you guys TikTok guys?
Yeah, do you guys use it?
Only by accident.
Are you really, Steve?
Yeah, I will waste some time on that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't post anything, but I just watch other people. A lot of creative people out there.
Saturday morning cartoons this Saturday. Joe, you were at Jakester's house in Wisconsin. This is our childhood friend. We've all known each other since we were 10. And we're going to be watching Heathcliff, which is a classic cartoon. I watched a lot of Heathcliff growing up. And so that should be a fun one.
Why are we watching Heathcliff with Jakester?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. It's because when we'd go into Jakester's bedroom, he wasn't a prolific reader, but he had almost every cartoon compilation book of not Garfield, Heathcliff comics.
Yeah. He wasn't at a Garfield level. He was more at like a Heathcliff level.
Yeah. And I believe, Joe, your younger brother was reading like what was he? I mean, he was like a
like Richard Wright, Kurt Vonnegut, and like
Kurt Vonnegut. Yeah, and then Jakester. I think since then those might be the only books he has.
No, the only 2 books that I remember. We'll talk about this in the EP, but the only 2 books I remember Jakester reading was the Heathcliff ones, and then he also, I think his parents got him maybe for Christmas. Where there's a will, there's an A.
I remember one other one he
had never been cracked open. Never been cracked.
The other one was a guide to CB lingo.
Oh,
do you remember that one?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's Jakester's library. So we'll take a step into that this Saturday.
Yep.
And we're also on tour. So December 3rd and 4th, we're at the Arlington Cinema and Draft House in Arlington, Virginia, one of our favorite venues. 2 shows. Come see us there. It's our pre-Christmas show. We're in Brooklyn doing a Christmas show on December 9th. And then the 15th, we're in Cleveland, 16th in Columbus, the 19th, we're in Milwaukee, and the 20th of December, we're in Chicago. Going to be fun shows.
All right, we're going to go out on this. So the Chef Keith Morning News experiment, is that what we call them? We don't like to call them. Yeah. You were on another Rockford channel, and you were showing how to make your filth, your leftover filth. And at one point, so we wrote these together. And I remember writing a rap in there, and then not expecting you to do it because you'd have to memorize it, but then you actually memorized it and you actually did the rap within the morning news segment. And then at the end of it, you said, I wrote in there too, like rap is great, boom. Like I thought that would be like a cool way to end it. And you actually said that part too, which was just even more painful. It's so hard for me to watch these. It's like, yeah, it's pain. It's absolutely
it's hard for me too, just so everybody knows.
So Bob from Hull did a remix of it. So I'm gonna play I'm just gonna play the original rap that Nick did into Bob from Hull's remix. That's so good. So Nick,
Excellent.
You had something else to add?
No, I was just gonna say happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be right back right after that.
If we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Guys, check out Barnes & Barnes. They're back with Pancake Dreams, Weird Al Yankovic, Osana Pockstar 12-inch finals. Please check out FonFootagefest.com, DementedPunk.com, and BossKittyShop.com. Everybody's a puppet when they're dead.
Did you hear the one about the chef that cooks his turkey in a garbage can? What does he do? Throw his trash in the oven?
You blend it up.
Blend it, yeah.
And how long do you blend it? I always do a wrap. That's kind of a...
that's easy. That's
yeah, like it's like, can you give me a beatbox? Like
a beatbox?
Well, holidays are here and it's time for cheer, but the leftovers have you feeling fear. Go to the fridge, take out the container. You can make your leftovers even greater. Wrap is great, wrap is great. Boom. Can you give me a beatbox?
A beatbox?
Can you give me a beatbox? Can you give me a beatbox? Well, holidays are here, and it's time for cheer. The leftovers have you feeling fear. Go to the fridge, take out the container. You can make your leftovers even greater. Well, holidays are here, and it's time for cheer. The holidays are here, and it's time for cheer. The holidays are here, and it's time for cheer. The holidays are here, and it's time for cheer. The leftovers have you feeling fear. Go to the fridge, take out the container. You can make your leftovers even greater. Wrap is great, wrap is great. Boom, done.
Thank you so much. We're going to try this during the commercial break.
When we return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
Mine not there for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Cheerio.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy.
Nice, nice.
Goodbye.
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.